So what little money I've had over the past year has been dwindling away to the point where now I'm in a crisis.
Michelle Johnston has been in debt ever since it cost her $6,000 to stay 8 extra days in the Dominican Republic because she was stranded by Sunwing.
When we went to the Dominican, we took my husband's ashes.
The trip last winter was supposed to honor her late husband, but then Sunwing flights were cancelled due to both a winter storm and staff shortages.
We had no clean clothes. I have several health conditions. I had no medication.
Sunwing reimbursed her $500, but she says that's inadequate. She had to buy medication, including $1,200 on one prescription, plus $2,000 on food and clothing. Even her dog, back in Saskatoon, cost her $500 more for extra days at the kennel. The Canadian Transportation Agency, or CTA, says it received more than 1,200 complaints from Sunwing passengers due to flight disruptions. CBC spoke with dozens of Canadians from coast to coast, still waiting for compensation for their out-of-pocket expenses. Like Johnston, most of them received $500 from the airline. Sunwing says it believes all claims for reasonable out-of-pocket expenses with receipts have been covered.
Well, I guess their version of reasonable and my version of reasonable are two completely different things. I don't think doing laundry is unreasonable. I don't think it's reasonable to expect people to wear the same clothes for 2 weeks.
We got $500 from Sunwing as the compensation, but for reimbursement of our flight ticket, which was a replacement flight ticket, a return flight, we were not compensated at all.
But we hadn't received anything additional for the trial and tribulation of like sleeping in the airport.
To seek action, experts say passengers can approach the small claims court or the transportation agency, but the CTA has a backlog of over 63,000 cases.
If you put a claim in last year, you won't get heard for another year. So you're out of luck in terms of getting the CTA to hear your appeal of an airline decision not to pay.
Somebody's got to force Sunwing to take responsibility.
Johnston says even an apology from Sunwing would go a long way. Pratish Dayal, CBC News, Saskatoon.